Bonsoir, gentlemen. Is Madame McDougall at home this evening? Or perhaps dear Monsieur Hugo? Her voice was deep and throaty. She spoke with a strong European accent. Forgive me, I must myself introduce. You do not know, she continued. I am Marie-Claire Blancmange. Perhaps you have heard of me, yes? Dear Hugo from Tobermory has told me about you, no? He recommended to me to, how shall I say, reward his friendship by giving you a little demonstration of the power of French aromatherapy. Ooh la la, yes? She gave him a thin, cold smile. David McDougall finally found his voice. Madame, my wife, Marjorie, that is not at home right now. And if by Hugo you mean my Uncle Hugh McDougall, why, I'm afraid he's not here either right now, so... As Finn's dad began to close the door, the tall black and white disaster swept past him into the hallway. Zut-da-da! How inconvenient! And Hugo was so specific. Show them the lavender air purifier, he says. Show them the lavender carpet freshener. He was most insistent. I met him in Aix-en-Provence, you see, at the height of the lavender season, of course. He was most enchanted. I am not sure if he was more enchanted with the lavender, or with me, yes? No? Ha ha ha! Let's go see the kitchen. Finn had rarely seen his dad so indecisive and confused. Even Riley was unsure how to behave. Riley, who would happily trample down complete strangers to the ground in order to lick their face, stayed firmly at Finn's side and began to growl. By the time they got to the kitchen, Marie-Claire had already produced an aerosol can from her coat pocket and was puffing clouds of sickly sweet scent around the stove. Gets rid of the horrible cooking smells, yes? But so much more. Feel the strength and confidence that it leaves in the air. That is the special ingredient from Provence. You can ask, but I cannot tell you. It is the special secret. Now, where is the parlour? The, how you say, the living room? Come, come, we go. Finn was fascinated by this wacky foreigner as she led them from room to room for the next 15 minutes. She didn't go into the guest bedroom or into Finn's mum and dad's room. She was about to go upstairs when lights appeared in the driveway. Finn's mum had come back. Marie-Claire's manner changed abruptly. Oh, so kind, must go. I can see you are very busy making the, how you say, dinner preparations. You have my card, yes? If dear Hugo returns, you will give me the telephone, yes? The number is on the card. Bye-bye, au revoir. She floated back out, slamming the front door behind her. Finn stared at the business card she had pressed into his hand as she passed. It had a purple border, a picture of a lavender bush on it, and gave off a sickly sweet smell. Marie-Claire Blancmange, consultant, aromathérapeute extraordinaire, it said. Her phone number was on the card too. Who was that? Finn's mum said as she lugged shopping bags into the hall. She didn't stop to say hi. Is she a client of yours, David? She looked a bit like an artist, or an artist's model. Finn's dad shrugged. Some friend of Hugh's, she said. Funny he didn't mention her. Strange woman, that's all I can say. The phone rang, and Finn answered it. It's for you, Dad. Some guy from Canada. He sounds upset. David McDougall took the phone and mostly listened, saying, Really? Every so often in a very worried voice. He hung up and turned to his wife. That was the British Columbia Salvage Society. They want to know where Hugh is. He didn't show up to give his lecture tonight. They're pretty upset about it that no one called them. Finn's mum strode to the guest bedroom and pushed open the door. The window was wide open. Hugh's suitcases had been dumped out over the bed and floor. There were clothes and books everywhere. David McDougall took charge. I'm going to call the police, Marjorie, just as a precaution. Finn, you should go upstairs and start on your homework. I'm sure there will be a simple explanation for all this. Finn seriously doubted that. Nothing about his day had been the least bit simple. In fact, ever since Great Uncle Hugh and Wullie had arrived, his life had become decidedly unsimple. When he opened the bedroom door, Wullie was not standing on the windowsill where he had left him. Instead, the little man was sitting on Finn's desk, large as life, chewing in a half-eaten tin soldier. Not a bad piece of tin, this, actually, although I prefer a good juicy piece of copper or brass myself. You don't see a lot of brass around these days, except in brass bands. Wullie, what do you think you're doing? Why didn't you? Wullie continued munching on the soldier's leg. I see you've got some mail, he mumbled, pointing at the window. The note from Hadley was in a dark blue envelope. Something weird is going on, Finn. I have photographs you have got to see. Come over soon, Hadley. P.S. Hope Mrs. Holstein wasn't too mean to you. P.P.S. Bring Wullie too. He's just darling. When she got back to the large, black, expensive car with the tinted glass windows, Marie-Claire Blancmange turned on the Dutchman. Well, did you find out anything useful? Peter van der Donk blew his nose pathetically. I don't find nothing. I don't find no little book. I don't find no key. I don't find no list of where to look next. I don't find nothing. You had better not have left any clues behind, you useless little man, she hissed. Let's get back to the hotel. And with that, Marie-Claire grabbed the Dutchman's ear and pinched it hard.